Welcome back. This is Sealchan, and this is my Minecraft Alpha 1.0 progressive Longplay. Today, we're going to do a final survey of the railway and contemplate matters pertaining thereto. So let's go. Did I steal this from the other farm? Did he just wink? I think he might have. He wants me to think he's stuck. Yeah, you do. No. One of the things I've been thinking about is if during construction I'm gonna need shelter, especially around the opposite side of the mountains of Divide. But it could be that a hunting blind in Divide would be enough. I'm gonna grab some more torches. Let's put this leather away. Now, as you know, if you've watched for a little while, the last round, I walked around the mountains of Divide Preparing for a trip sometimes seems like such a big delay. And as the day passes, a lost opportunity. But preparation brings with it its own rewards. I had a thought. Last time we went this way. Let's go the other way. Give us a new perspective. Part of the goal is to avoid elevation changes. Another part is to experience scenic beauty. But I'm thinking this world is full enough of scenic beauty. I should perhaps just focus on establishing the route. I've built a curved path, but I'm wondering how much I'm going to want straight lines. I guess when we start the building phase, we'll find out. Hate to cut down trees. Yeah, I think that works. I've never built a railway before. So it'll definitely be an experience. As night approaches, we'll have to think about where we'll go. Maybe you'll just have to go on a night walk. As dangerous as that is. We'll just keep our eyes open. So here I imagine I'll carve away at the hillside, create a path wide enough to lay down tracks. Try to maintain a level elevation through here. Oop. Alright, we're already on the run. And we're still on the run. I have to defend myself, I think. Alright, got out of his aggravation zone. I hope this isn't too terribly dark. I can see it's like there's moonlight. Shadow under the tree. Time to run again. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, there's a spider over there. Maybe best to wait. Of course, one of the tricks of the railway is if we travel along on it once it's built, you do not want to run into mobs. So I have a design that I hope will accomplish that. The other danger is getting too close to mobs, setting off creepers, or getting shot at by skeletons. My hope is that the minecart will carry us away too fast. I'm gonna stand and fight. looks like a waterfall. Waiting to happen. Interesting. I suppose that for most YouTube series, these times are just dead air and best to be clipped. Time-wise, I don't have the luxury to do video editing. But I have to wonder whether it's also a lost opportunity. Because when you're stuck and not able to do, sometimes it makes you think. So why not think? Sometimes it lets you stop doing altogether. Wow, that's quite the party. Night is almost over. I don't think it would be a good idea to move. Well, he might be giving me other ideas. Oop. I think it's interesting to stay out for a night in a different place. In Minecraft, a night's not that long. Okay. Just heads up for creepers. Creepers, spiders deactivated. I hope. This is interesting. Alright. Back to work. Guess I've elected to bring the railway along this mountainside. Seems practical. The alternative would be to build it out further, get a better view, but I think second guess myself too many times. I believe that is the fort divide. And this is the passage that cuts through the mountains. There's a long way to go. That's really cool. Looks like we'll get some views of it as we move this way. I imagine I may need to either avoid the trees or move them. This land invites a little detour. Just elegant overhangs. Very nice. Floating pieces, tall mountains. This is definitely a very pleasant area. We could just go this way. I don't know that we need to go tuck in here. I heard that skeleton. See why I want to go this way a bit. I wonder. Let's go back and take a straight route. Yeah. So much faster. To what extent do we want? Yeah, I can see the point of it. over here. Where was I thinking? Yeah, let's not do this. We can certainly build bridges here and there. Okay. Alright, well, we'll stick with roughly the original plan. It's quite a nice spot. Amazing floating islands, quite a bit here. Looks like we might just make it back. This is another spot that I thought I might change up. I don't know that I can make this steep ascent. I could afford to go out further. I have to go right through the lava, after all. Let's try a little more coastal route. I do see the problem here. Need to build quite the bridge. Might as well bring it through here. If we bring it out this way, I'll have to probably gradually raise the level of the track. Come here, do a quick turn, and we'll just cross this. Sounds good. I also had the thought that when I build this thing, I should maybe start with the dirt. That way, if I use stone, which is one of my primary building materials, I won't have to do so much smelting and resmelting. I could just mock it up with dirt. And when I feel confident, come back and do it over in stone. Alright, well, you know, we can still play with the route a little bit. But I think probably basically good here. had the idea of building the track out, putting a little loop at the end in order to perform test runs. Make sure the track is viable. Oops, should be following the track. Could also be doing that in 1.1 Creative World. Picked up a spider somewhere. Okay. Well, I think that was useful. Certainly seems a lot shorter the second time. Looks like I used up my armor. Let's go click for the pick. Alright, well, yeah, I guess sometimes it just helps to take a walk, to think. I made some changes. Maybe we'll have a plan to implement this track in dirt as a test. At least for the initial section. Shouldn't be leaving sensitive redstone circuitry. No, you can't go in there. It's bad enough you're in there. I gotta keep the mobs out of the train station. Anyway, let's call it an episode. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next. Take care.